see. Now I gotta put my hair up before I fix my makeup because I'm not straightening my bangs. I don't want to deal with that this morning. God. I know it's early too, you guys. I know it's a little early. Little early for this type of topic, but I just watched the blog and I could not help. And maybe it's too early for anyone to even really join this stream, but you know what? The point still needs to get out. Okay. So I was watching the blog, and Lainy had made a comment, and fucking Jesus. Ah! Alright, calm down, Gina. Because you're just going to keep knocking this down. Alright. First of all, whoa. Hold on. I have to say, I used to really like Lainy. It's not that I don't anymore, but I just, I used to actually think she was really cute and had like this little crush on her, I swear to God. But I just like, I have to say something. Okay. So in the blog, they had recorded a statement that she made saying, you know, that people who are trans or going through non-binary or whatever are being true to themselves. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And this is why, I'm not saying everybody, but I'm going to give you an example, okay? And this is why I would say to everybody, don't start taking tea until you're 18, okay? Don't start transitioning until you are fully mentally developed. Because first of all, we're going to start with somebody very close to me. Hey, Pixie girl. Oh, I'm so glad you're here for this. This is a great topic. I was watching the blog. Hold on. And Lainy had made a comment saying that people who are, like, transitioning and stuff are, like, being true to themselves. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I have somebody, a girl, biologically, very near and dear to me. Very, very, very young girl, not even 18 yet, okay? This girl was sexually molested by somebody very close to her for a very long time, okay? After it came out, she decided she wanted to be a guy. She cut all her hair off. She was dead set. She wanted to start taking tea. She was like, all about it, okay? She was all about it. She is a very dangerous woman, and that's what I'm getting to, the point that I'm getting to. Now, this girl who I love dearly, who is very young, she's been about a year in transition without medication. And finally, we asked her, you know, what makes you, honestly, like, what made you, because she was like a tomboy her whole life, so her, like, you can see, it's so weird, because it's almost like you can see her doing it for herself, yes, but you can also see she's too young to really understand. So when asked, okay, she finally gave the answer. Maybe if I was a man, this would not have happened to me. Red flag, red fucking flag, big red flag, big red flag, big red flag. That, to me, is not, disqualifies everything that Lainy has ever said about being non-binary or trans, in from what I've seen from the blog. Because if you are doing this because you went through trauma, okay, and nobody knows it, you're not being true to yourself, okay? I have had times in my life where I went through hell, okay? And I would think to myself, well, maybe if I was a man, I would have been stronger. Or maybe if I was a man, they wouldn't have came after me, you know? So, to sit there and say to your young audience, people, you know, you don't, she said, something along the lines of, I don't see why people would be, act like this or go through this unless they really meant it and were being true to themselves. Well, I can give you a list of reasons why. Like, I hate to break it to you, Lainy. And I'm not saying that she's 100% wrong, because a lot of the times, yes. But, like, my theory on all of this is, if you were born feeling different, if you were born feeling different, that's one thing. If from a very young age you decided, you know, something isn't right with my body, like, I'm not, that's different, because like, for me, like, it took a lot to find out that, well, I always knew that I was, like, a lesbian, almost. Have you seen how many detransitioning videos are popping up all over YouTube? Yes, I have. And that's because, unlike what Lainy realizes, is that trans has now become a trend, okay? There are more people doing this now, but they don't realize how hard it is to go back. Like, how hard it is to go back. Like, and, really? Did she say, Caitlyn Jenner? She like, actually said she hates what she did? She, like, wishes she could go back? Perfect example. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't even know. But if Lainy could just tell her audience, you know, because all these people look up to her because she's so cute and she's so, like, the perfect non-binary little, like, you know what I mean? Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. But my thing is like, you can't ever tell somebody that their feelings are true, because only they know if their feelings are true. So if you go up to somebody who wants to transition and they're young and you tell them, well, if you feel this way, obviously it's true, because why would you want to go through the hate if it wasn't? That's not a true statement at all. Trauma can affect the brain immensely. And, like, I just gave 2 examples. Like, I wished when I went through my trauma that I was a guy, because I could be stronger. And that's why sometimes I still act like a dude. And that's why sometimes, like, I dress like a dude still. Like, it's something that I'm still getting over. In no way now, I know I don't want to be a guy. Like, I don't want to be a guy. I want to continue being a biological girl. I just need to get over that. The other girl I was talking about, the young girl I was talking about, she, from her own mouth, said that she's doing this because she hopes, or she wished, or she thought if she was a man, you know, something that happened to her might not have happened. So I feel like, yes, I feel like Lainy right now is being very dangerous. Almost like the Freely of the LGBT community, sorry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the human brain, I really think people need to wait on this shit. They really do. They need to wait until they're older. They really need to wait until they're older to make this type of decision. Shauna, well, I always do that. That's awesome. So glad you're here for such a controversial topic. It probably is gonna, but you know what? I just, I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just, when I heard that comment, I immediately was like, oh, hell no, you're giving out the wrong advice, girl. And she's like, think about it, like, oh my God, like, Amy, dude, she's, like, young enough to be one of our kids, dude. So, like, it's not like we're like adults. We know, like, how this shit is. Like, we're not in any way, I'm not bashing anyone. I'm not saying anybody's wrong for doing it. I'm just saying what she said was incorrect, and that not all people are doing this because it's being true to themselves. A lot of people do this because brain is not fully developed. They're too young to make a choice like that. They make the choice, and then, like you said, now there's detransitioning videos all over the fucking internet. Like, and you know, you can never, once you start transitioning, you're not going to go back to the way that you were right before. she said something along the lines of, if you go to the blog, you'll find it. Something along the lines of, because somebody left in the comments and said, a lot of people think that being trans is a fashion accessory. I wouldn't say a fashion accessory, but a lot of people are trans. That comment to a sense was correct, okay? I wouldn't say a fashion accessory, but I would say more of like a mental block, like, you know. So, and she said in return to that no, because nobody would want to go through this. Like, nobody would want to go through the hard, yeah, like, transgender. Nobody would want to go through that, you know, and through, like, being, like, non-binary, too, go through all, like, the harassment and the people making fun of them for no reason. And it's like, okay, no, that's not true at all, Lainy. Like, that's very false. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Like, Lainy, even now, is only still a kid. How old is she, even? Does anyone even know how old she is? She, like, you know, I think the best thing you could do, if anybody wants to go down that route, talk to your family, man. Talk to your family. Talk to a doctor. Don't talk to somebody or take the advice of a fucking YouTuber. You know? Just don't. It's a really bad idea. Yes, transgenders. But I wouldn't even call it that. Like, because I feel bad even calling it that. Because, like I was saying earlier in the video, I know people personally who have suffered trauma in their life, like sexual trauma. I know one person I'm thinking of in particular who has suffered sexual trauma, and they started to become trans, non-binary, whatever. I don't know what they really identify as right now, but thanks, I'm just doing my makeup now. I don't even have my eyebrows done yet. You guys probably just saw my ass. But she specifically said that she's doing this because she thinks if she's a man, like, now, it's almost like she's afraid of men, so she wants to be one, so they leave her alone. And it's really sad. Oh, God, it's fucking sad. So Lainy is not the best person to go, like, oh, no, you know? No. Not the best person to listen to on the internet. Like, because now people who really listen to her are gonna think in their head, well, if Lainy says that, you know, and she's, like, super non-binary or whatever, that I'm being true to myself because I feel this way, then that must be right. And I should go through with it. Don't even wait till I'm 22. Don't even wait until my brain is fully developed to make a decision like that. Because I know. Because from the age of 20, from the age of 20 to 22, I realized that I should be a man. I didn't even give it 2 years, but I know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I feel bad for anybody she's affecting. Like, seriously. Oh, the powder. Whoa, see that going everywhere. Yeah. I mean, my brother, like, went to school for psychology for a little while. And, like, I know a lot about psychology, too, because, like, I firsthand went through almost everything. But I just feel like some of the shit that she says is so far wrong. Like, just wrong, you know? Wait, who's fucking with me? I think Kim Planey is so her good name for her. That's also true. Being with somebody since you're 15, you never really gave yourself much time to be with anybody else. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. I get it. Yeah, it was very sad to see this morning, so I felt like I had to come on here and talk to you guys. And even if this video and this live stream, I should say, can reach one person who may be making a bad decision, and I'm not saying it's a bad decision, like, God, you gotta be real careful what you say on the internet. I'm not saying being trans is a bad decision. I'm saying that she, like, you know what I mean, like, definitely think it through. Think it through. Especially if you can recognize that you've been through some type of trauma in your life, and then all of a sudden, like, you decide that this is what you want. Think it through a little longer. Talk to a therapist about it. Talk to your family about it. Talk to anybody but a fucking 22-year-old YouTuber about it. For fuck's sake! Like, yeah, come on, people. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's kind of like when people take dietary advice from Freely. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. You can't ever take any kind of advice that has to do with, like, medical shit or fucking up your body's chemistry from a YouTuber. I don't give a shit. Like, unless that YouTuber has a degree that they can show. I feel like she would, yeah, I agree with you. I feel like she falls, like, as us old timers, like, you know what I mean? People who have seen this for a long time, you don't need to be not, like, everyone I know, like, in my age group, like, who is a lesbian, just a plain lesbian, looks just like Lainy. Like, they dress like that, they act like that, they look like that, but does that mean they're non-binary? People are making it so much more difficult than it needs to be. Like, and obviously if she's still looking for, like, you know, the fact that she even was still looking for a woman in their marriage shows that she is 100% lacking something that she, you know, she's married to a man, but she's looking for a woman in the relationship. It just, the whole thing is just a bunch of mumbo-jumbo bullshit to me. Like, it's like, and you gotta, I'm not fucking, like, some kid. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I gotta fix my eyebrows. Now. It's just tragic. Tragic to see this happening to our younger kids, our younger generations. It sucks that we have to be put in the same category with millennials, even though we're almost not. You know what I mean? Like, we're pretty much not millennials. Like, we're, like, right on the border of not having to be labeled a millennial. And we're stuck in the category with the real millennials. Like, because millennials go, like, if somebody told me if they're 35 right now, they're officially not a millennial. It's like, fuck! So close! So close to not have to fall into that category. Not that millennials are bad or anything. I mean, but it's just like, for fuck's sake, like. Yeah, we're like, not, I don't even think we should be considered a millennial. Like, we should make up a new name. Like, the elder millennial. Like, we're like the older millennials. The people who just made the cut into millennialhood. And we should not have to suffer. Like, we should not have to suffer. Oh, United States. So, oh, you're good. You're not a millennial. You're in the baby boomer section of. I think that's what it is. I think that's actually what they call it. Is that what they would call that section of time? The baby boomer period? I think they would. Generation X. That's what they call it. So there's Generation X, and then there's Millennials, and then there's Generation Z after that, right? And then what comes next? Oh, Baby Boomers is right before that. You're right. Yeah, and then before Generation X is the Baby Boomers. Because it's like every 10 years, right? Some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I was looking at it the other day. I don't fucking know. All I know is I got put into a damn category with a bunch of morons. Like, and I'm not happy with it. Ugh, jeez. Well, I'm gonna go, you guys, because I gotta finish getting ready. And as you guys know, whenever I'm on here talking to you guys and getting ready, I get really distracted. And my time is almost here to leave. But I'll live stream right when I'm done putting all my makeup and stuff on, stuff like that. So, talk to you guys soon. I love you.